the sun is out and we're out in the van again. So yeah, we're out in the van. I'm out with Mrs. C. She is in the passenger seat. We've got the bikes on the back of the van. I've charged up the bikes this morning using my Jackery and some solar power to try and get as much energy as we can for free. And yeah, we're taking the bikes out for Eskute, but I asked them if they wanted me to do a range test for them. So the plan is to take the two bikes out and give them a bit of a range test. I've got the Netuno, and I've also got the Wayferer. We're off into the Peak District. I've just been to the petrol station. I've put in 30 litres. I thought I'll just keep a limit, 30 litres. It's cost me just short of 60 quid, 58 pounds, something like that, for 30 litres of fuel. I think I'm going to have to be doing shorter shorter journeys now, driving economy, no putting the foot down, just letting the vehicle drive itself, keeping the economy down as much as I can, because it's going to make using the van, going out and taking photographs and travelling to these exotic locations very, very expensive, and I'm sure many of us are going to struggle doing it. So I will see you somewhere towards the Peak District, I'm sure. That one's got a bigger battery. Well, saying battery, got no batteries in them at the moment. I haven't put them in yet. Right, we are just about to get ready to go for a cycle ride. Right, I've just got to pump this breakfast down me. We've got some Protein 25 from Aldi. Get my helmet on, drop the batteries in, and we're ready to go. We want to head off. Denise is like, come on, let's get going, let's get going. So yeah, we're just going to head off riding these bikes. We've got a 13-mile ride, and she's already cut herself on the pedal. Stupid women, stupid women. Shouldn't be on mechanical operating thing. She's giving me those looks. She's giving me them looks. I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. So yeah, we're going to get going, and yeah, I'll stop and chat on the way up. So a bit of a treat for you. We're heading through the tunnel. This is a right treat to start at the Tissington Ashbourne end. You get to ride through this big tunnel. And at the moment, I'm not even pedaling because I'm in level 3 and the bike's just flying along. So I'm going to drop it down to level 1, I think, just to keep it ticking over for a moment, and just to help me pedal, because I want to be pedaling while I'm riding. I don't want the bike tearing away on its own. This is not a test of how much power we've got either. This is a test of distance and also stopping and taking photographs. So it's like using the bike generally on a general ride. Here comes Mrs. C flying through as well. Look at her flying along. She hasn't got her lights on though, naughty girl. Always ride with the lights on. Turn your lights on, dear. Little green one on the left hand side. Little green one on the left hand side. That's your horn. That's your lights. Good girl. Yeah, I like to ride with the lights on. This Netuno comes with a light on the front but not on the back, but I'm going to adopt one to make it fit. It does come with a battery operated one, but not a proper one. Second car park, which is the main car park for the cycle hire and stuff like that. So you can actually hire bikes from down on this trail as well. So I've just checked the car park and there's no one in it, so let's just carry on going now then, because this is going to be an interesting long day. Going somewhere I wouldn't normally walk, because this is a 13-mile trail, so I wouldn't walk along here, and it goes up through the Peak District, so it's definitely for me a way of exploring something a bit different that I wouldn't normally do. And with Rylan, like I say, Rylan's not your average cyclist, and when I show you and speak to him in a minute, you'll see why. But he's achieved some goals that he hasn't been able to achieve because he's got bad knees and he can't walk. Not far anyway, and he's been to a couple of places on his bike that he's wanted to go to for a very long time. So these bikes are brilliant for that sort of thing. And let's face it, the future's electric, isn't it? Definitely the future's electric. Like I say, I put 30 litres of fuel in, didn't I, in the van. That's not going to get me far at all. So you put all that money into a bike and you can do the extra miles. Now I'm running this on gear 1 at the moment, purely because of the pace we're keeping, and if I want to have a ride off, I've got a radio, I can shout the wife and keep in touch. But yeah, this is going up into the Peak District towards Buxton, so I'm expecting to have some really nice views. So let's see what we get. I'll turn you back on when something interesting turns up. I'm riding up next to Ryland at the moment, and he's on a, what's that bike called, mate? Engui. He's on an Engui. It's a foldable bike, and he's got all the mod cons on it. And he's just said, watch this. He's got cruise control. Man, he's got cruise control on an electric push bike. What's that all about? He just literally held it forward, and it locks it on at about 8 miles an hour. And that is just insane.
Whatever speed you want.
Whatever speed you want. Oh, it locks it on to whatever speed you want. That is totally insane.
You've got the highest setting.
Now I know I'm doing this, you know, this is for Eskute at the end of the day, but I think that's a really cool feature. But probably totally illegal in this country, but who cares, eh? It's Ryland, no one's going to catch him. So we are back on the trail again, heading on up. We've got rocks either side of us where they've obviously cut out for the train track. Mrs. C's riding up in front again. She's got the old Wayfarer on the go and she's plodding along and enjoying it with her new slinky legs. She has lost a lot of weight. She's been doing lots of bits of exercise and stuff like that. The other good thing about riding down these tracks is you get these tunnels and bridges that we have to go under, which is pretty awesome. Pummeled the power on a bit. I've upped the level, upped my speed. I'm just giving a bit of beans just to get myself, my heart rate up, get a bit of exercise going. And we are travelling uphill. This is uphill all the way. It's about a 300 metre rise, I think, from start to finish. So going back will be easy. But I just enjoy this bit of adrenaline, heart rate. So those that are interested in what this bike's doing, which is a range test, I'm still on I've got a full house still, even though I've been giving it a bit of beans and stuff like that. And Denise is still going well as well. Whereas Ryan's bike's down 2 bars at the moment. So we're not doing too bad at all. I had to change my battery on my GoPro because we've run one down. I don't think these GoPros and Osmos like being switched on and off all the time because the battery life on them is horrendous when you keep turning them on and off. So we're going to part ways with Ryland now. He's going to head back down. He's behind me here. He's going to head back down because his battery's down to 2 bars and he can't afford to be walking the bike back. It's a long way. We've got another 3.5 miles before we get to the cafe where we can get some a nice cup of coffee, and then we've got 5.5 miles to the end of this part of the trail that we're doing, and then we'll be heading back. So I'm still on a full house at the moment, but I'm sure by the time we turn round, because we're going to put the pedal down a bit more now, I think, give it a little bit more pumping, get the legs pumping up and get the bike working a little bit, and see if Mrs. C can keep up and get ready for our latte and cake. And yeah, we'll probably see Ryland either back at the car, or if he gets too tired with waiting for us, we'll see him another time. But we are definitely going to ride back a lot quicker than we're riding up. Yeah. That's for sure. Yeah.
Downhill.
Downhill, wind behind us. On this bike now, after pedalling it quite hard, Denise has gone down a bar on her Wayfarer as well. She hasn't done quite as many miles as me because I had a bit of a medical emergency, as you may know or not, earlier on in this video. But for range, it's doing pretty well. I've just done about 6 miles probably flat out in top gear and top power, which is what's taken the power out of the battery a little bit, and now we're back to a normal riding pace. So it's going all right. If this trail don't take it out of it, I'll have to take it a bit further. Now this has got the Bifang motor in the back rear hub, which is quite a good motor. Bifang are well known for making good electrical motors for bikes, and in all fairness, it's a nice easy ride, and just use the power settings to help and assist you along. Plenty of people out on bikes down this trail as well, which is quite nice to see. And Mrs. C's just put the pedal down a bit. Oh, she's just upped the pace. So now I'm going to have to try and keep up with her. I'm already out of breath, excuse me. Oh, not very healthy, is it? Oh, yeah. She's put the pedal down a bit, so we may have to knock it up a gear because she's feeling a bit sprightly. So we've just stopped for a bit of a respite, and I've just got my phone out to have a look at the distance, and you can see on my phone on the screen that we've slightly higher than the 13-mile point. So we've just stopped to get ourselves a cup of coffee. I might ride up the trail a little bit further, maybe go up to Hardlow, maybe head up that way before we turn around and come back, and then we're just going to pedal all the way back down. But yeah, not a bad little route that at all, not a bad route at all. That's it, so we're going to head back now. So we're going to put the power back on, and I'm going to knock it up to 4 or 5, full gear. Shimano's on 7, and we're going to nail it back down the track and see how much battery we've got left when we get back down to the van, back down to the bottom. Quite looking forward to this. It's going to be a quick ride. So we are back from our jaunt, coming back down the track. We've done, I reckon, in the region of about 26 to 28 miles. I think on the...
Mine says 28.
Yours says about 28-ish on it, but I think it's about 26, just a little bit more, between 26 28 miles. The Wayferer is down to 2 bars out of 5. It's a lot smaller battery than what you get in the Netuno, on a Netuno. I've lost 1 bar. I've still got 4 bars left. So I need to run this a lot more to get some more mileage out of it to see if to give you this full range test. So don't leave us now. I've done a few miles. Yeah, I've probably done 30 miles plus. I'll work it out on the map and put it up on the screen for you. But I've definitely done 30 miles plus, and at a good pace as well at some point. Now, I will take it out again when I get home. We'll organise another route and I'll take it around another route. I won't recharge the battery. I'll leave it as it is and we'll see what mileage we can actually get out of it. I'll give Denise's one a recharge and then she's got a full battery. But yeah, we'll see you somewhere completely...
Be interesting to see how much you can actually get.
Well, you could run it right down, but...
And the thing is with that one as well, I've had it up and down the power.
Yeah.
Up and down the, you know, between 1 to 5, just trying to emulate really what it'd be like if you were up and down in the hills and what have you.
Yeah.
So when it's sort of like up in 4 and 5, the power was going down, but as soon as I knocked the power back down again, it's almost like it recharged itself.
Back up again.
Came back up to like 3 bars. So
it's using less to draw drive itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there is a difference in these two bikes. I mean, the Wayfarer is more of a city bike, but it does great on tracks like this. And this one's a little bit more off-road, but again, it's a lot more powerful. It's got a bigger power output motor in the back. It's got 48 Newton meters compared to 30, so it's definitely got more power in that back end. So bigger battery to drive it. But yeah, going well, and we'll see you randomly.
So in other words, when you were coming back saying, "Come on, wife," were you slacking?
Yeah.
And all the rest of it, that was. Really?
I've got a lot more power. I came back on. You were on level 4 or 5 coming back, weren't you?
I got up to 19.
Yeah, but you were on level 4 or 5 power,
yeah.
And I was using levels 2s and 3s, so that's the difference in the two bikes really. So yeah, randomly somewhere else. Don't know where, don't know when. See you soon. Bye.